Welcome, one and all, to the Best in Jest, with your two hosts, the world's greatest cryptid hunter, Professor Lando, and 2024's World Taekwondo Champion, Commander Connor.
Is that true?
I wish it was.
I could see it.
You think so?
Yeah.
I could break a board.
You're like you're the bamboo that they chop in half, right? Yeah.
You're a fucking dickhead.
This one's for the wicked, there's no time for rest.
Now is the time that we put to the test. Who is the best in jest?
Oh man.
Come on. Hey everybody, welcome to the Best in Jest. I'm Commander Connor. I'm joined by my buddy Professor Lando. How
Episode
are you doing?
5.
Yeah,
I'm
episode
doing
5.
Doing good.
How's it only episode 5? I feel like we've been doing this for 7 months.
It does,
5 episodes.
It feels like quite a while.
Fuck.
I'm a little hungry. Asking how I'm doing.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Here's the thing. We said we should.
Are you kidding me?
The thing is that one episode we did where we said we wouldn't talk about food.
Yeah.
It was, we had just eaten, and I
remember that.
We ate, and I was like, you know what, I need to be sure to eat beforehand.
Yep.
And we have immediately stopped holding to that because now all I can think about is food.
I have more fun when we finish this and then we go out and we eat something.
See, that's the problem because we're filming here to give you guys all our stories and whatever we're about to talk about, but all I can think about is Korean barbecue.
Oh boy. Hey,
barbecue.
You know what? We're just clocking the hours here and we get to go home happy.
So our day's work. An extra hard hour and a half. Woo! Woo. Time to treat ourselves.
Sometimes we go overtime, you know?
To a disproportionate reward. But okay, actually this reminds me of something. I need to get my hair cut soon.
Okay, me too.
Yeah, we're both looking a little
shaggy.
I got a little Miyamoto kind of look going on right now.
Yeah.
With the hair.
I don't know if I'm inclined to agree with that or not.
But it reminds me because, I need to get a haircut. And every time I get a haircut, I go to Chinatown.
Okay.
And after I get my haircut, I usually go eat something because Chinatown's kind of far out. So I want to make
I'm here.
Yeah, take advantage of driving all the way out there. So it starts out, I don't know why, but every time I go into the salon, there's always new workers or someone. And so I walk in, it's a Korean place, and they speak to me in Korean. And so I kind of have to do this thing where like I kind of understand, but I have to do this, oh, no, I don't really know.
Okay.
And I'm sure listeners, if you are like a second generation or whatever, and you kind of grew up knowing it, but you don't really know it.
Sure.
It's this shameful thing, like, oh, I'm sorry, like, oh, I speak English, and they go, fucking idiot.
Right.
They don't say that, but surely that's what they're thinking. So I do that, get my hair cut, and then I'm like, okay, got through it. And I don't know why it happens every time I go, but it's been happening every time I go for the past 15 years. Time to go eat. So I go to my one spot I always go to. They have like Chinese food, and I go in, and immediately they look at me and they speak to me in Chinese again. So I'm like, okay,
well,
great.
they assume. So
now I have to do round 2 of the walk of shame just to get my hair cut.
God damn.
And the thing is, I am like half and half, and like some Korean, Chinese, and stuff. So I guess I'm ambiguous enough for them to, doesn't matter where I go, they speak to me in whatever native tongue happens to be the thing. And I have to go. Well, the problem is like they'll say something to me and I know enough to understand what they say.
Yeah.
But I'll respond in like English.
Yeah.
But then they'll just assume I know what they're saying.
So
and
they keep going.
They'll keep going. I'm like, oh.
And then you get lost.
And I have to do this. And I just want to get my hair cut and get some food, but I have to go through this cycle of shame every time. And it happens. I just had dim sum.
Yeah.
Same thing happens. And the thing is, I don't know why. Like, the thing is, they speak Chinese to me. And so many times where I'll go like, oh, sorry, I don't speak. And they'll just like, they don't speak English. So they'll just kind of think I'm acknowledging whatever they're saying.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, okay. So one time I it's so embarrassing at the dim sum place. I got so much food because I think I just acquiesced to whatever they thought.
Oh my god!
I was like, I kind of looked at the menu. I was like, oh, I want the shrimp dumpling, whatever, and they said something, and I mean, you do this too, where maybe it's not like a language barrier thing, but maybe you don't hear the person,
and you just say yes,
and you go, yeah,
yeah, oh, yeah.
And they were like, you want 47 grilled cheese sandwiches?
Yeah,
but you were like, sure, that sounds good.
I guess that's my life now. Cardiac arrest.
But does that ever like happen to you? Where
it's funny you bring it up because it's kind of similar, and on the topic of haircuts, it's a story that some people know that you don't know.
Oh, so we hung out with a bunch of your friends.
Yep.
Yes. And I think it was Tim goes,
yep, or
maybe it was Tanner. They say, ask Connor about the barber girlfriend story.
So it was during COVID. I had like really long hair, probably as long as I have now, and I'm like, I need to get a goddamn haircut. Okay. So it was nearing Christmas. It was probably like December 15th, and I went into a barber. I go there frequently. Don't know anybody's name. They know I'm a twin, blah, blah, blah.
I thought you were about to say a twink.
They know
KJ said, am I the only one?
I thought he was going to say twink, too.
I don't know why. What's wrong? Okay, go on.
They know I'm a twink. So I went in, and I sat down, and she starts talking to me. And I'm not going to remember this exactly to the T, but when you get a haircut and someone starts fucking talking to you, first of all, it's half conversation that I can't hear or understand, and the other half is because they're using the buzzers and shit. I can't hear them.
No, I'm not a talker.
No.
I've been going to the same salon, same person for the past, I think, like over a decade.
Yeah.
Over a decade. And every time I show up, just silence. I don't like, I close my eyes and I close my mouth and just until it's done, and I go, thank you. Here's a tip.
Here's a tip.
Thank you.
Yep. So I don't talk either. But this barber lady, she starts talking to me. And I don't know what she said, but I encountered the situation where someone says something to me and I just went, yeah. And so it was, and I went, yeah. And then she goes, well, you got to get her a gift? And then I went, fuck. What? Does she think did I just agree to having a girlfriend? I don't have a girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
So I kept going. And I said, oh, no, I don't know if she's expecting a gift or not, Yeah. And then she says the solidifying thing, where'd you guys meet?
Oh.
And I went, fuck.
You were too deep?
Do I keep going or do I go back and say, hey, sorry, I was a dickhead and I didn't listen to what you were saying to me.
And I half played along?
And I've played along this whole time. Well, the only answer for me is to double down.
Oh, obviously.
Double down. So she's like, where'd you guys meet? And I go, we met in film school. I was looking to direct. She was doing lighting. This whole narrative. And she's like, and you're not going to get her a gift? And I said, oh, man, maybe I should. And then, and even before this, I realized the reason I realized that she was talking about my mom.
What?
Okay, wait. Okay, I'm a little jumbled up here. I agreed to having a girlfriend, but I thought she was talking about my mom.
Oh.
So when she then went, oh, is she way older than you? I went, yeah, because obviously she's my mom, but she thought I was talking about a girlfriend I didn't have. So now I have like some hot like MILF girlfriend or something that I didn't get a gift for Christmas. We met in film school, and I just kept lying.
The thing is, though, like if you looked remotely what you look like now at the time, like that's believable.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I met some MILFy woman that I date in film school.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's totally believable, right? Now, I didn't look exactly like this back then.
So how long was this arc of this made-up girlfriend go?
A whole day. Because...
Wait, what?
I did not come back. So she still believes that. And the reason...
Out of shame?
Oh, God. What was I supposed to fucking do?
Well,
Continue the lie?
Well, it's not a big deal. You could just go.
It's not that big of a deal, but also I was running out of material pretty quick.
What? But it's simple. Just like, yeah, we went to the cafe, whatever.
And the reason I never came back is because my suspicions were, I'm like, maybe she'll just forget. They talk to fucking crazy people all the time, right? My brother goes in because it's his place too. And she's like, hey, I just talked to your brother. I heard about his stories and stuff. And I went, fuck, I'm never going back. I just lied. I just continued to lie.
The thing is, I get it because for some reason, I also lie to my barber. I don't know why, because it's a thing, and I feel like it's just easier in the moment to be like complete lie.
I don't know why that. Why is that? Am I bored?
I think you just want to like. It's like a social interaction thing. Here we go. Now we've further cemented ourselves as being.
Sometimes they ask
Sims
questions
characters.
that I feel cornered at times.
Yeah, I don't want to go. Well, for me, I don't want to go into it, but I want to like I said, acquiesce to this social interaction. So they'll be like, you know, oh, like you're working, and I go, yeah. And they're like, oh, what do you do? And I'll just make up something.
Yep.
And the thing is, like, I think I've changed what it is, like over the span of the 10 years. But it's like a little bit of panic.
Yes,
and a little bit of
panic.
Wanting to just, you know, make this person happy. And it's also because you're in a weird, like, vulnerable position when you're getting your haircut. It's this weird, like,
interrogation.
Yeah, and I just panic and go, oh, I don't know, I'm a cook. Oh, actually, that actually reminds me of one time where I did this. I wore black pants, and I had a black shirt, but it was a collar shirt.
Yep.
It was like a short sleeve collared black shirt, and I had black pants. And I go get a haircut at this place for the first time, and the person goes, so you work on the strip?
Oh my!
Because I don't know, I looked maybe like
you looked like a waiter. That's a waiter outfit.
Yeah, and I immediately go, yes.
Oh,
I don't know why. I
can't blame you.
You work at a strip? Yes. And then they go, on New Year's, huh? And I go,
what's that like?
And then I don't know why, but I said like, oh yeah, sometimes they need us to go on New Year's. I don't know why. I don't know why I said this, but
and suddenly now you're at the Cosmopolitan, you know.
And then I never went back too. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Kane, do you do this? Do you lie?
I actually do. Yeah.
See, it's a thing. Why do we lie?
I lie because it's convenient.
I just want to,
and it's harmless.
It's harmless,
and it spices up this person's. You know, if I told the truth, they'd have the most boring 5-minute conversation they'd ever have in their entire life. Yeah, I'm reading a book for the first time in 25 years. You know, it's like they're like, oh, what book? You know, no one gives a shit. But if I go, oh, yes, my MILF girlfriend in film school, suddenly their lives have been elevated.
They think nothing of it, probably.
Probably not. Yeah, I think everything of it because it's just not true.
Speaking of reading for the first time in 25 years, we went to the bookstore. We did it.
Sure did.
We did it. Well, it's the thing is, to us, it probably sounds sadder saying it out loud, but what did we say? Oh, we need to become more intellectual.
Oh my God, is that what we? That is.
I think we said that.
And the worst part's that's what we said.
We said,
it sounds awful.
I want to become more intellectual. So, we went to Barnes and Nobles and bought manga. No, I mean you got something that's not. I got what was it? Second volume of Gacha and Witch Hat Adelaide or something.
Yeah. I hear that's good. Apparently,
you got
I got.
What did you get? Some horror thing?
I got the Picture of Dorian Gray, which is a classic. I got Frankenstein, which is a classic, and then I got Yuri. By accident.
So the thing is, Connor is like, with most things in your life, you're a little like very careful. You don't want to just do things for the sake of like, for example, we play video games, which we'll get into.
Yes.
But just as an example, like, you don't want to just boot up a game. We've been trying to play games, and you say, oh, but if I can't imagine myself playing this for the next 47 years, there's no point in playing, when it's just kind of like, let's just jump into it, right? So I'm watching Connor pick out a book, manga, and look at it, and he goes, yeah, this looks great, and then puts the book back.
Yeah.
And he did that like 20 different times. I'm like, Connor, the thing is, you just got to like pick a book, tap into that childlike wonder, pick something out, look at the cover, take 2 seconds and be like, yeah, I'll get this.
Yeah.
And so, what did I say? I said it was because Connor really wants like this deep, maybe it's kind of horror, Junji Ito.
Gothic,
It's art. He
yeah.
like you want art in your manga, and you kept
Yeah,
picking
yes.
out things that looked like it'd be some kind of weird, like
Yes.
indie film or some kind of
Yes.
cool thing. And I say you need a little bit of what did I say? Magical girl,
Like Bunny Girl.
Bunny
or
Girl, like just there's 47 volumes of it, and it's just the most garbage thing you've
Yeah,
read.
like
You just need
reincarnated as
just
a
like
pot.
grab a little something.
Yeah.
And so you did that. You grabbed it, and it had these. It had an interesting title to you, which was
It was. I think it was called "This Monster Wants to Eat
"This
Me."
Monster Wants to Eat Me,"
Yeah.
and it had
And
like
I read the back of it, and I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting.
some kind of psychological kind of. And
So what I thought.
And then you went home and
It's
Correct.
it's
it's
Yuri.
it's angsty Yuri.
Yeah, it's apparently because they're like, oh, and she develops this strange relationship with the monster, and the monster is only keeping around until she wants to eat her. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. It's like this kind of symbiotic,
But it was a metaphor. The monster is just like a tall lesbian
I
with
guess
a
they just
ponytail.
they just want to fuck each other. I mean, I couldn't. I guess that's what it should have just. It should have just said that. I mean, I still would have gotten
It's just
it.
you picked out so many things. It's just funny that.
I ended up. That's
Well,
where
first of all, so in Barnes and Nobles, there's like they're all on the shelves and you can see the spine, but there's
yeah.
like a table with like I don't know. They want to push these particular ones. Maybe
Yeah.
they're hot or like popular, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of looking at it, and there's some new things like dun dun dun, whatever. And then there's Fruits Basket. And I pick up Fruits Basket. I look at it, I go, Fruits Basket, huh? Because it's kind of an oldie. I go Fruits Basket, and Connor goes, oh, that's Yaoi, right?
The only thing I know about manga is that there's yaoi, yuri, and manga. I don't know anything else
And
about
then
it.
he proceeded to randomly pick some Yuri.
And then I
But
picked Yuri.
Speaking of yaoi, we go to this one section, and I look at it, and it's a bunch of like feudal era
Yes.
Chinese like men.
Yep.
And I go, oh, I recognize it. I'm like, oh, this is like, I know people that are really into this.
Yep.
It's this like feudal era kind of like telenova kind of like
Right.
yaoi
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah.
And it was so much of it, and we
Yep.
were like, why is there so much of this feudal era Chinese yaoi?
Oh.
And we looked, and it was not the same thing. It was a bunch of different
ones.
things,
Yeah.
different titles. And I asked my chat, and it's like, yeah, it's a specific genre
Yeah.
called Danmei, I think.
Yeah.
Danmei. And so I guess I've been so out of the loop because
Never-
back
never
in my
heard of
time
this.
it was like Black Butler,
Yeah.
angsty stuff. But I guess the feudal era Chinese yaoi is super popular right now.
And my favorite thing was you saw it, you spotted it, and there's this anime girl with big fat,
Oh yes,
and she's like really hot, and you're like, oh,
yeah. So there's a manga on the shelf. Big honking boobas on this.
Yeah.
2 girls, just the t-shirt's wet, and it was just the most raunchy thing. And I look at it and I go, oh, and I grab it, I open it up.
You open it up and go, oh, it's all words. If there's no pictures, it's just words. It's a book.
It's a light novel.
It's a light novel.
I got baited.
Oh, like you were so disappointed. I couldn't. I was killing me. I mean, you know, I'm a fucking 28-year-old man buying books for the first time. I think maybe ever.
You know what's funny is because we checked out, and that girl was well read.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
do you think she saw you get that Yuri
Oh,
thing and
my-
was like, what a sicko?
Maybe she thought I was. Well, it was like Frankenstein, the picture of Dorian Gray and Yuri. It's like, it's either what a sicko
Okay,
or
you know what?
so sophisticated.
Well, I was gonna say, I don't think that reads well because if she knew that was like some kind of raunchy Yuri or
Yeah.
angsty Yuri, and she saw you getting these like high school literature classics, that seems like you're like a very kind of fedora tipping, high pseudo intellectual.
I just got the incel bargain bin.
Yeah, you're like, I'm reading my classical literature and I like Yuri.
Yeah,
It seems like some kind of.
Look like a real sicko on the way out.
We saw my favorite novel there. It's Wuthering Heights.
Oh yeah.
Really like Wuthering Heights. I did pick up one of the books, like a proper book, and I see now this actually sounds sad now that I'm thinking about it. I said, it's too long. I put it.
Oh yeah, it's too.
I said
it's too thick.
It's too thick, and I put it back, and I went out. I had my 2 manga, and that was my. Did you crack any of them open?
No, because I fell asleep instead.
We had this bit.
Yeah.
We were leaving the bookstore, and the bit was that Connor kind of initiated this intellectual thing. He's like, "Oh, I want to read." Well, because I've kind of been doing this. I told Connor that my nightly routine is I will an hour before bed, I put my phone down.
Yep.
Put my phone down completely, and I read. And I say it's one for the mind, one for the soul.
Okay.
Right. So I'll start off with a little bit of some sort of proper reading.
Yeah.
It's words and letters, and it's some sort of like mind building book or some kind of business strategy book. And I'll read that for a little bit, and then I'll read like Princess Buttercup, Magical Girl manga. I end it with some little treat. And then I swear, they always say this, that it helps with your sleep. I conk out. I absolutely conk out.
Interesting.
And so I told you about this, and you were like, you know what? I also want to go on my intellectual arc.
Yes.
You say to me. So we went to the bookstore like we just talked about. We're leaving. And Connor said, it would be funny if we go through this whole arc.
Yeah.
You're so adamant. And we walked through all the aisles, picked out the books. You go home, and it's like finally time. Crack it open. You go, and you just instantly pass out after a single word.
It's gonna happen. I'm gonna put on my fucking American Psycho face mask.
Classical music on the big record player, the needle.
Light my candles, my Yankee candle right before bed. Pass out on the first word.
It was the beginning. So the question is, listeners, how many episodes will pass before Connor actually finishes
one book?
Yeah.
It won't. Well, hey, you know what? That gives me influence to maybe try and finish a chapter by next week.
One chapter.
I know we're shooting high. The worst part.
One chapter.
The worst part about this whole intellectual in massive air quotes, is I felt smarter leaving the Barnes and Noble.
There's something to be said about books. Like, I like having a book, the physical book. It's nice to have.
But I may never read it. But I felt better than like the guy going to the Gap.
Yeah.
The
Gap? What?
Well, whatever's next door.
Some poor schmuck going to the Gap. Connor thing.
He's going to, he's got to go get new blue jeans, but I just got my Frankenstein novel and Yuri, it's like.
I do romanticize it. Like
that's the thing.
Library.
Yes.
Having, we got some stuff down here. It's all manga, but it's having books feels nice.
Yeah. I want to, but once I read one, then I can act like I'm on some kind of pedestal.
But it's not like it's Frankenstein.
It's such fucking
you're ambitious. You got 2.
I did get 2 books.
Also, you said this books are kind of expensive.
God damn, they're expensive. It was like $88 for 4 books. 2 manga, 2 books.
Yeah, I got 2 manga and it was like $30.
Jesus,
so it's like 15 each, which I guess when you say 15 each, it's like, okay, I guess so. But it's like, man, I see why people get Kindles or like whatever, some digital version.
But you were saying that Kindles get ads?
Okay, so
what the fuck?
I was telling my chat about this like whole book arc, and I was like, yeah, so I guess maybe Kindles make sense because I was talking about how expensive books are, and someone said, oh yeah, what did they say? I use the kids Kindle or like there's baby Kindle,
okay,
because you don't get ads, and I was like, wait, are there ads on a Kindle? And I guess there are. That's so dystopian.
Imagine reading like a hardcover book and someone just like Black Mirrors your fucking reading process.
It's kind of dystopian.
It's craziness. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why I want to read now. It could be some kind of mental breakdown, but at least to me, it feels like I'm doing more with my life.
Yeah.
You feel 1 hour.
You feel like you're a little intellectual or something,
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a joke, but I think there's something there.
There's something there.
You kind of manifest your well-being because if you read a book and it makes you feel all smart or whatever, kind of hipster and like snooty or whatever, it's like, okay, maybe But if it actually does make you feel better and improves your life,
what's the harm in it?
Then buy as many unfinished, unread books
That's
as you
right,
want
yeah.
and put it on your nightstand.
2 almost 30-year-old men trying to justify reading a book.
I gave up. I didn't get I got manga.
Yeah, you're not going to read. So you're not going to read a book.
No, I gave up already.
What?
It was too long.
So wait, it's just up to me now to
Yeah,
read the
it's
picture
on
of
you.
Dorian Gray or whatever the fuck?
I had this like business book.
You didn't. Well,
And I read like the first chapter.
Well, what, you got fucking bored? You were filling out your 401k at the same time.
I read you. It starts with like a Sun Tzu
Yes.
script. I read that to you, and it's like, those who prepare are better off than those who don't prepare. And it was like, I was like,
Incredible.
okay, whatever. And then I
Nice.
just like stopped reading
Chapter
it.
1. Oh, God. I mean, maybe you should try reading, I don't know, something that doesn't make you want to die.
Like a fiction.
Maybe a fiction, something that isn't ingrained with reality.
Yeah, probably. But
Yeah.
I got my manga now. So
You have your manga. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's good. That's like
next time we go,
okay. Next year.
I'll get an actual book.
Dude, the Bible's $1.
Is
at
it?
the dollar store? I think the Bible's pretty cheap. You get a pocket Bible.
It's as long as that Chinese yaoi book. Probably.
Most likely, yeah. No, I mean, we'll see where it goes. Like, I'm trying to evolve my mind before I die at 33 or
Yeah,
whatever.
well, we're trying to get. When we started the podcast, we were at like such a great point in like our health, in like our what is it, like just our daily schedule, the beat ebb and flow of our like
Yes.
days was like so good. And we went to Anime Expo, which was great.
Yep.
But it kind of knocked us
Threw us
off
for a
kilter, and we're kind of like trying to get back into it. We're really tired, and
Yeah.
I usually pretty good with showing up on time,
Yeah.
maybe a couple minutes late, whatever. But I did something that I was shocked I did, which I slept through my alarms, your message, and I was supposed to meet you at the gym,
Yep.
and I just didn't show up. And like 45 minutes passed. I didn't show up.
Dude, I couldn't believe it.
And
I was just walking on the treadmill. I'm like, he'll come through any second now.
Why didn't you call me?
I didn't want to disturb you.
The thing is, I'm clearly asleep, and we're meant to do.
Maybe for good reason. You're fucking tired.
Well, I'll tell you what the reason is,
yeah.
and where this story is going, is that we stayed up playing League of Legends, and that's why
Yep.
I slept in. And you put it appropriately. You said it was because we were so angry, and it was such a draining experience that I was exhausted in a profoundly different way than I normally would feel.
Yep.
Because of League of Legends.
And you knocked out. And you know what? It's literally why it happened.
We have finally found our way back to this conversation about video games, which
Prepare for yourselves.
so last week we talked about, we've been trying out some games, and we asked people for some recommendations because we've been having a hard time. So going into this week's episode, listeners, I'm sure you're thinking, they must have looked at our recommendations. Surely they did, and surely they tried out some of them.
Yep.
Surely, it's been a week. Surely they did not just continue to play the same exact games they were complaining about and find themselves in a situation where they're feeling not good about gaming. Well, I'm happy to report that we went and played more Battlefield 2042 and more League of Legends. And this episode, at this moment, when it comes to gaming, I confidently say that all of us, our entire group, Kane and your brother Reese, are more unhappy.
Yes, miserable.
More miserable
Yep.
than when we recorded that previous episode.
I cannot fucking stand video games anymore. I don't know what it is. I don't know what has drawn me to this conclusion. But whenever I play, and not just League of Legends, no, we tried some other things. We tried to do fucking Fall Guys at 2 a.m.
It was bad because it was late.
Oh, it was
last night.
It was pathetic.
We tried Battlefield 2042, which, okay, I've heard you loud and clear. the worst Battlefield.
Yeah, it's bad.
But that's just the one we have downloaded. That's the one everyone has. And so that's the one we play. And it was, I don't know who designed this map, but it's just, you spawn in a cardboard box and you have 50 tanks shooting at you. And
you're climbing a mountain while they shoot down at you.
We were fighting with each other.
Yeah.
We were fighting with each other. Well, you don't want to fucking play this? Yeah. And so we found ourselves playing Fall Guys of all things.
Oh my God.
Because we were just, what can we play?
What's the most innocent, stupid thing you could possibly think of? Oh, Fall Guys.
And then we played Fall Guys. And then I proceeded to see Connor get the angriest that I've seen him get in the Fall Guys, because he couldn't jump through.
I couldn't jump through a hoop.
He couldn't jump through the hoop.
And instead of going to a different hoop, I kept trying to jump through it and bouncing off the hoop. And I took my controller. I'm not even kidding. I ripped out the battery pack and I like squeezed it and then I threw it down and I quit the game.
You rage quit.
I rage quit Fall Guys at 2 a.m. and I went to bed. And that triggered with me. I'm like, wait a second. I hate video games so fucking goddamn much these days.
And then
Nothing makes me happy anymore with that.
then he threw up in his mouth.
Oh, yeah. And then I woke up in the middle of the night and puked in my mouth. It probably because of that. It's all connected.
You were rage eating those crackers.
Oh, yeah. I
and
went to go
you were
eat some
getting so
crackers.
angry.
And then I threw up in my mouth in the middle of the night.
You were like, oh, Fall Guys.
Imagine if I slept on my back. I died from Fall Guys. Throw up fucking suffocation.
It was rough.
Fucking Christ, though. It's
rough.
not just me. It's mainly me. But it's not just me because, like, I feel like lately games have been so bad.
I think so.
They're bad.
I think I would agree. And I think most people agree that games as a whole, because I think you might say that, oh, it's nostalgia or you're growing out of it, whatever. And I disagree, because there are great games that come out.
Yeah.
But I think as a whole, games are worse. In my theory, I don't think it's a theory. I think it's pretty, I can confidently say it's because the games industry, not that I know anything about the inner workings, but from what I see, these companies are so greedy. The management, you see companies cut corners all the time. They fire people. They use AI and whatever. They cut corners. They underpay the artists. So let's say there's someone out there, like some budding person that could be in the game industry. He's a creative, or she's like a writer or an artist. And they're like, oh, I want to be involved in games.
Right.
They go to a company, they get absolutely shit on by the EA CEO who makes quazillion dollars for making the most dog shit games you ever imagine. Why would that creative person, some game dev or some artist, want to do that? They're going to leave and make Blender SFM porn instead.
And make 700 times more.
More money. Yeah. And so you do this consistently where it's just like a bad environment to be in this industry. You're underpaid, all this stuff. And fast forward a little bit, and just games are dog shit now.
The thing is, I don't want to have to wait 2 or 3 years after the game has released for it to get good. You know, it's like,
okay, that
drives me fucking crazy.
Yes.
I can't do that. I can't do that anymore. Mm-hmm. Release the game when it's done. If I have to wait 2 to 3, then don't fucking release it yet. But they have to fucking sell you all their bullshit, and then I can't take it.
Wait, speaking of that, I think the next game on our docket is 7 Days to Die, because
it just released.
It just finally released after
God.
Who knows how long. Apparently, I don't know what changes they made, but I think that's what we said. That's actually one of the first games we played together.
That is, yeah.
You weren't even here in Vegas yet, but we all played 7 Days to Die.
Yep.
And we didn't get far, I don't think.
We did okay. I mean, I had fun with it. I had some fun with it.
Some fun
I
times.
Some fucking zombies. I mean, I don't know. It's sad. It is mainly my fault. I'm very narrow-sighted with gaming. It's like, okay, yes, I won't play Deep Rock Galactic when everyone else has said to play.
I mean, we said this before, but you're tomato farming. You hate growing the tomatoes.
Yeah.
The fact that you don't like resource management or base building,
that's 90%.
That's 90% of all games off the docket. So no Deep Rock Galactic, no Stardew Valley, no Don't Starve Together, no Planet Crafter, no Planet whatever.
Yeah. Build your
any
base.
blank crafter.
Anything with craft in the
it's
name.
out.
If it has craft in the name, I would just throw up in my mouth again. I can't do that shit. I cannot stand it.
I will say, because we were kind of against playing like party games. We're like these gaming elitists. Like, are we really gonna play party games?
Well, it's so sad.
Is that where we're at now? We're playing. What did I say? I really like Pummel Party. So I was like, you want to play Pummel
Great
Party?
game.
And you were like, is that where we're at playing party games? Like we're 12.
Well, it's also just to satiate like our enjoyment of video games. It's like fucking Pummel Party.
Well, but here's the thing. Here's what I was gonna say. Despite that, we ended up playing a party game last night.
And I hated it more than anything.
Fall Guys, which you ended up rage quitting so bad you broke your controller. But that being said, in that moment, was that not the most joyous time we had? Because we were laughing.
I mean,
and remember when the game starts, I immediately grab Connor and then immediately die because of it. I grab him, the snowball comes, hits me, and I fall off the fucking shit like in the first 2 seconds.
And I think it's
we were laughing. We're having a good time.
It's a good time. And maybe I just need to stop it and get off.
But what's the point? Is that what you're thinking?
Well, yes, because it's like, okay, whose birthday is it? you know, it's like who graduated from high school. It's like what the fuck what is anyone do? What are we doing? Party games for just for me. Okay, this is going back to the fucking. We had an argument where the sausage, the corn dog with the pancake, and it had to have a purpose. You needed to put syrup on it.
You need the thematic of it.
There needs to be a fucking reason to be playing a party game, not just because I want to have fun with a video game. That doesn't make sense to me. I can't compute it.
You need like the Fall Guys rank.
Yeah, oh God, yeah. Oh, if there was ranked Fall Guys, you wouldn't see me again.
You really like Fall Guys.
I like Fall.
Well, what's funny was because we boot this up. Right, all of us, and we don't fucking know Fall Guys. Like we played when it was popular, whatever, and then it's loading, and then it's the what was that mini game with the hoops?
The hoops, yeah.
What was
Hoopsie,
it called?
I don't know. Hoopsie.
No, you didn't say I don't know at the time. You knew exactly what it was called.
Well, I had the name on the screen, but I forgot what it was. It was Hoopsie something.
But the thing is, Connor goes, "Oh man, not Hoopsie Whoopsie." And they were like, you said it as if you were like, you're so in the sauce.
And I know it. And guess what? I know that game mode is dog shit.
And you proceeded
to rage quit.
He couldn't jump. I was laughing my ass off. He could not jump.
That made me angry.
Well, you were like King Ghidorah skin.
Yeah.
And I think your long dragon arms kept getting caught on the geometry.
I was just about to go through the fucking hoop, and I couldn't go through the hoop. And I said, why can't I go through the fucking hoop? It's so easy, and it makes me angry because I'm like, this is for 5-year-olds. This is for fucking 5-year-olds, and I'm trying so hard just to enjoy a video game and get back to my childhood roots and youth, and I can't go through a fucking hoop. I should just, and then you're like, maybe we just don't play video games. What if we just play basketball?
Yeah, I said maybe we just don't play games and then I was trying to think of like what a quote unquote normal person does for fun. I couldn't think of anything, and my instinct was like play basketball. And I was dying. I mean, it's like, fuck, let's go play bingo at the retirement home. Well, yeah, because you know some like adults that aren't good enough to be in the pro league, but they're grown adults, so they're not going to play with children. They do like these weekly like leagues, and I was like, maybe we could do something like that instead.
Give us 6 months, and we'll be talking about how we play basketball, and it made our day.
No, I can't. No sports for me. I don't.
We couldn't possibly. I mean, This is pathetic enough.
We took Kane here, poor Kane, to play tennis for the first time one day. He proceeded to sprain his ankle that lasted 8 months.
Oh, my God.
How's your ankle, by the way?
It still hurts a little bit.
Yeah, see.
I have to like crack it in order to release the pressure.
Oh, my God.
Just trying to play some casually trying to play some sports, trying to be normal. And
I should just never do anything. I should just turn my brain off and be like Cars from JoJo and drift into space and shut my mind off and just cease to exist with things.
Wait, was Jorb on the podcast?
We have not talked about Jorb.
Jorb,
that's kind of where I was going because I was thinking about it of how absolutely fucking stupid it is.
So my like original OC JoJo part. How many parts are there? 7?
There's 9.
There's 9 parts? What the fucking shit? Okay, so part 10, I'm in charge of it. and it's a callback. We go back to Cars, which it ended with him floating into space, and he becomes a rock, and he stops thinking because he's just floating. So Cars, he lands on a planet after who knows how long, thousands of years. He lands on an alien planet. He thaws out of the rock, and he's like an evil person. You know, he's Cars trying to take over the aliens. But on this alien planet, in this alien society, there's one alien named Jorb, and it's Jorb's bizarre. It's JoJo. Jorb's bizarre alien venture, and the main antagonist is Cars from season 2. Jorb.
That is the worst thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I want you to know, someone right now is getting up out of their seat, listening to this podcast, and they're like, "Stop fucking everything." This is gold.
Well, I
lightning in a bottle,
right? Because fast forward like 1.5 years,
we're
gonna see Jorb's Bizarre Adventure serialized. Damn it! It's gonna be like The Social Network, where the two twins try to sue Mark Zuckerberg.
We're still gonna be a failing podcast.
It's you know, when Andrew Garfield comes in, he's like, "You fucking," that's gonna be us.
Jorb from us.
But I know they're seething because
I take Jorb. I'm like, that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
The Social Network.
I quit the podcast. I start Jorb. And I become astronomically wealthy.
Somehow navigating the copyright strike from Araki Sensei himself, you're able to just do Jorb.
I go under a moniker. You don't know it's me.
Shmaraki.
I'm still doing the podcast, but behind the scenes, I'm doing Jorb. Jesus Christ.
Well, I know they're going to be upset because of our completely ignoring all of their gaming recommendations.
I mean...
Well, first of all, half of them are ones we already went through in our head. Like, we thought about Rainbow Six Siege and what other people say. You know...
Baldur's Gate? We're still thinking about that.
Thinking about Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
If you have 147 hours to spare.
I got the time, maybe.
The thing is, it's got to be good. We're the only two people here that have never played that game.
That's true.
And it's apparently the best game ever, right? I'm not trying to be facetious or anything. Like, that's what it won, like 100 rewards and stuff, right? So surely it must be good. But our problem is that we're toxic gamers, and I think ultimately we think, but we'll play it and then we'll be done with it. So what's the fucking point?
That's literally it.
But I think you said that's what games are. You play it and you finish it. It doesn't need to be this. See, we're the problem because we're the people that EA is catering to. Battle pass that lasts forever, perpetual, no end in sight. Because we've been kind of trained to crave that. Because it's like, what am I just gonna play the game?
I don't want an end
and be done with it. So what's the point? Which is so dumb. Because you could say that about
life.
Well, I'm just gonna die someday.
I should just die.
So I should die now, right? It's just like there's no point. You know, it's like you play a game and you finish it and you beat it and it might be good or bad and then you move on to the next game.
The logic sucks. I mean, it's just all bullshit. I mean, but you know, I'm like attracted to like that Zoomer brain nonsense, like Battle Pass. I'm absolutely obsessed with YouTube Shorts. I can't stop. I'm not even kidding. I got my lunch and I'm like, I'm gonna watch a YouTube video. It's somehow, I don't even know how it happened, but somehow I got redirected into a YouTube short and I would scroll down and watch a short, scroll down, watch a short. I kid you not, it had been 4 hours. 4 hours. And
you do have a problem.
It's bad. It's bad.
Actually, it's the perfect time to confront you about this. This pissed me off so much. We're in a Discord call with the boys, okay? Playing a game, and it's time to take a little food break, a little snack break. Okay, so we all go. I forget what we were playing, but we were playing with Tanner. We go eat. You come with your food, and we're hanging out. We're in the Discord, chilling. And you go, hold on, guys. I need a YouTube video to eat with my food. I'm going to mute you guys. And we're like, just sit in the fucking call. You have to, like, put on a YouTube video and deafen us to eat your meal?
Literally, yes.
What are you?
I need...
Just hang out in the Discord with us.
I can't talk to people and eat.
Just turn on the YouTube video while you're in the call.
But I can't hear it then. What are
you listening to?
I just want to listen to like a guy talk. I watch videos of people eating food.
And then he deafened himself, and I was like,
I want to see what they say.
We're all busy. We hardly get together to hang out, and we've been trying to reinvigorate this like golden era of like being in the Discord with the boys and just hanging out, and you deafened us to watch your stupid video.
I want to know the reviews on the latest crumble cookie flavors, all right? Leave me the fuck alone.
Where you're eating your who knows what.
I was probably eating rice and chicken. I've been doing a thing. This is even worse. I have a chocolate granola bar, and it's like probably the sweetest thing I can eat right now because I'm on a diet. I'm not trying to eat like chocolate ice cream and shit. And I'd find the perfect video of like New York's best chocolate chip handmade cookie, and I see someone eating that cookie, and I start eating the granola bar as they're eating the cookie just to try and vicariously live through this fucking sugar intake.
Connor eats food like a gooner jacks off. Like you're edging yourself. You're on page 47.
God,
of YouTube
it's so
Shorts,
fucking
and then
hot.
you're like, wait, the final bite, and you time your final bite with the fucking video, and then you're like, that's some fucking.
I'm desperate. I'm desperate for sugar, and so I'm fucking edging myself. Oh man, look at that! That's the thumbnail. I see the thumbnail. I'm like, this is the one. This is the one. Look at that thumbnail.
Just sit in the Discord call with us.
I'm gonna start doing that now because I've properly mortified myself. Because when you boil it down and break it down to like what I'm doing, it's fucking disgusting.
You gotta break free. The YouTube Shorts is
YouTube Shorts is that bad.
Well, short form content in general, like, have you ever found yourself like on your phone and then you go to like close out or press back, and I go, oh, I'm on Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
I thought I was watching TikTok. But somewhere along the lines, I had exited to maybe be like, okay, that's enough. And I opened up some other app. And it's like this perpetual loop.
It's designed to like melt your brain. Because so what happens for me is sometimes I'm going through the YouTube Shorts, and sometimes I accidentally back out, and I hit the forward arrow, and it shows me the short I started on before my scrolling adventure began. And I'm like, holy fuck, that was 17 hours ago, or whatever. And I'm like, my God. And also, the information I'm intaking is just absolutely worthless. It's not, I'm not getting any, I'm trying to go on my intellectual arc. I talk about, I'm looking at someone eat a chocolate chip cookie or someone lift 445 pounds. And that's it. That's all of it.
My entire Shorts algorithm is like movie clips.
Oh,
like a 60-second clip of a 2.5 hour long movie.
And it plays the same like Sweet Dreams Are Made of these like instrumental. Mm-hmm. It's the same song every time.
And it's also like in 144p for some reason. And also,
it doesn't even finish.
That's the thing. The most interesting thing I've ever seen. Like, whoa, that was so engaging.
Yeah.
I want to watch more. I click on the profile and there's no other parts.
It's not there. Yeah.
What's the point? I'm willing to watch more from your account if you post the rest of it.
It's always like those clapbacks, like Clint Eastwood shooting somebody or something. Din, 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 din,
Yeah,
it's every single time, and it's the same kind of clip. It's always like those revenge clips, or it's like some kind of like clapback.
The Equalizer.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Denzel Washington or something like that.
It's the Equalizer. Someone like getting owned at a bar fight. Jack Reacher. Any of it, and for some reason I watch it every time.
I get the ones that are like, the horror. It's got this like droney sound and some scary thing, and
every time
trying to find a game. Yep. One game that we've been delving into, trying to try out with everyone. Monster Hunter World.
Okay.
And our entire group, all of us, cannot fucking stand Connor because his favorite game of all time ever is Elden Ring.
Yeah.
But he cannot stand Monster Hunter World, and he hates it, and he doesn't want to play it. But Elden Ring and Souls, it's the closest thing to Elden Ring besides like Dark Souls itself. Yeah. Monster Hunter and Elden Ring are like the same thing.
Yeah.
Slow-paced combat where you have to read the monster's moveset and you have to roll. It even has the same like evasive roll mechanic.
It's not the same. I don't know.
It literally is the same.
For some reason, for some unnatural force that I can't explain. Whenever I play Monster Hunter, it's not. I don't. There's a switch in my brain. When I play Elden Ring, the switch goes off. But when I play Monster Hunter, I have never been more bored in my entire fucking life. And I know, it's the same shit. I know that you have to go through the patterns and stuff, but dude, it's not the same.
This might be controversial.
Okay.
The reason why I think you don't like Monster Hunter is because it's harder than Elden Ring.
I don't think it is.
I think it's harder because, well, first of all, nothing enrages me more than you trying to get me to play Elden Ring, and you're like, see, it's about overcoming the thing, and you learn the movesets, and you can get this sword and use this sword build, and then watch you run into the Anjanath, just spamming strong hit over and over, and you're going like, this game is so boring, it's so easy. Just like,
I can't fucking stand
he refuses to learn different moves and combos.
Well, but here's the thing.
I don't get why.
But I did know the moves.
No, you didn't. You're
not
spamming.
this time. But I used to play. I put 22 hours into a fucking character. I knew the combos, and I still think it's boring. It's not, because there is an itch that is not being scratched, and I don't know what it is. But this, whether it be the system or the fluidity or the way it feels or the health bar or the way it...
Connor is sitting there screaming like, this game is not challenging enough, as I watch him get tail whipped by the Anjanath for the 40th time.
Because the challenge isn't the same. It's not the same. It doesn't feel the same. It doesn't function the same way to me.
But it's so close.
I'm like rolling things, and it's
so
like
close.
It's doing this. It's on its back, freaking out, and I'm like, okay, well, like it's because you know why it doesn't. The reason I think I like Elden Ring and Dark Souls and stuff is that eventually it feels like a rhythm game.
This is why I said that you don't like it because Monster Hunter is harder, which is obviously like an incendiary comment. But what I actually mean by that is that. And I actually think that the DLC coming out and all this outcry from people proves my point, is that they don't actually think. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Everyone, they're like, Elden Ring is so hard. Yeah. And I like it because it's a hard game. Like the whole meme, get good.
Yes.
And actually what I think the DLC revealed, and what I think most players are, you included, is that Elden Ring isn't hard. They just, because I see you just roll, you hit, you roll, you hit, and like you said, it becomes like a rhythm game. It actually isn't this really hard monumental game to overcome, and that's why the DLC comes out, which is actually hard. Yeah. And then there's all this like boo hoo, because Elden Ring players, they get off on being like this. I play Souls-like games. It's so hard, such a hard game, but really you dodge, telegraphed attack, roll, hit. Telegraph attack, roll, hit. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
And I can actually finally say that now because I've been playing, and Radon took me 2 tries.
Yeah.
And I didn't go out of my way to over level. I've just been playing, trying to explore a little bit. And I killed him, and I was like, that's what I saw clips on Twitter like years ago of some guy. The clip has 50, 100,000 views of like, he beat him after 200,000 tries finally. I'm like, dude, that's not that hard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the first of all, good luck to you when this episode releases. Absolutely good luck to you. I think for me, I like the memory-based rhythmic nature because
that's Monster Hunter 2. But the monsters are the same.
But it's not happening. It's not happening.
It's because you're not looking.
I'm playing.
You're getting tail whipped by the Anjanath over and over.
I farmed this stupid black salamander for what felt like 10 hours to get some shitty clothes that became irrelevant, by the way, onto the next monster because suddenly I have to get that monster's armor and I can't wear the clothes I want to wear anymore. And I fought this thing for 10 fucking hours and it didn't fucking matter. It was irrelevant. It was a redundancy.
So Connor doesn't like the JRPG aspect.
Is that what it is?
Of Monster Hunter. And I will say, I do agree. We were playing Monster Hunter World, and like, there's so many little things about the experience that make it so fucking god-awful. First of all, the multiplayer lobby. Like, what the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah.
Just like
waiting room.
Ship the game.
Put us in.
Ship the game with some caltrops that I can throw on the ground and step on. Because what a miserable experience. And like having to run around and pick up the egg and then like you can't play together unless the person watches the cutscene. All this little in between stuff makes it pretty
Shoot
insufferable.
the volcano thing.
But that's further in my point to make that Monster Hunter is quote unquote harder is because Elden Ring, you pick your weapon, pump the points into the same attribute, and you can go and progress, and you can use that same weapon over. You don't have to pause, farm armor, farm a build.
It's my ADHD.
You can if you want.
Yeah.
I think in Elden Ring, you can if you want.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to and just pick your one sword and play through it, you can. Yeah. But in Monster Hunter, you can't do that. You need to farm your armor before you go up in the next Hunter rank.
I want to keep playing that fucking thing because maybe I'll come back and I want to like it. I have 3 different characters with 20 hours on them, and I've gone to the same place every single time and went, nah, I tried. I don't know what it's, and like the rolling, it's not. I understand your frustration. I get it because in all rational aspects, I should fucking love Monster Hunter World, but I don't. It drives me crazy because for some reason, I'm just so goddamn bored. I'm so bored. I'm like bored to tears playing this. I don't know if it's just the way it's made, like the kinetic energy with each swing or the reactiveness to it. And I don't feel like I'm doing anything.
If you guys know Monster Hunter, because I know Monster Hunter, and I can say this to you, and you'll know what I'm talking about. You listen to Connor saying he's bored, okay, right?
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's so bored, but I watched this guy with the long sword not use any of the combo, no head cutter slash, no nothing. He's doing his wide slash over and over, getting hit.
But also,
and he's saying it's boring.
But the thing is, I did all that. I did a whole lot of nothing, and it didn't fucking matter. We killed it anyway.
Because I was gonna say maybe it's because we're carrying you through these monsters.
I think it's because I don't feel like I'm doing anything.
Right. Because on the flip side, if I played Elden Ring first time and you spawn in and kill that Loretta ghost and help me fight Renala, I'd be pretty bored probably.
I think
right?
that's
But I had to be like,
that's where it's coming from.
Okay, she does that attack on that side. I have to,
because to me right now it's this mash of this.
But it defeats the point of us trying to game
to play together.
We're not going to be like, all right, Connor, for you to appreciate this, let's send you off to play 45 hours of the campaign by yourself.
Come back when you're ready. Yeah.
That leads me to where our system right now. Our system now is that it's so sad that we have to do this, but last night was a breaking point for us where we finally said, you know what? We're going to take turns. Every week, you get a turn, and we will all play whatever game that person says, no matter what. Yep. No bitching, no this and that. It's like, if it's my week and I say we're playing Stardew Valley this week, whole weekend or whatever, we're doing that. And then next week, someone else picks. That's the system we have.
Yep.
And so I'll pick the first week.
Do you want to do it right now?
I'll say it right now.
Oh, my God.
Let me think about this.
I'm actually nervous. There's a 1% chance you pick something I want to play.
Okay.
On the spot.
We've tried out some different games.
Yep.
So I think at this point, Monster Hunter World?
Is this it?
Probably.
Yeah. Just hit it hard.
No.
Hit it hard?
No, we gave that a shot. We gave that a long shot. The thing is, it's probably going to be a farming your tomato game.
Yeah. It'll be Cooking Mama or...
That's always... I'm not playing fucking Cooking Mama for the DS that like a 17...
I don't know. I just can't think of anything more boring, so I always say Cooking Mama.
And the thing is, now I'm scared to pick one of those games because it's going to be the same thing. You guys know these games are complex. There's like some min-maxing involved. There's systems and there is combat.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Connor is going to be like clearly doing some very simple thing wrong. He's using the copper tool on something that needs steel, and he's going to be like, "Why the fuck doesn't this work? This game sucks."
Yeah.
Not watering the pumpkin, and the pumpkin's not growing big. And he's like, "Why isn't my pumpkin big? This game sucks."
I hate shit like that. I can't stand it. That's why in like the base building games, I would designate myself to one task. And my brother, he would be building the base. He'll be like, fucking programming practically in the game, making a whole fucking flourishing system for his community to thrive off of. And I would chop a tree for 6 hours and come back with millions of wood, and they'd be all like, wow, thank you so much, go get more. And then that's all I would do forever.
Okay. What about, I saw this recommended, Terraria. I've never really tried Terraria. Have you played Terraria?
I've tried.
What does that entail?
It entails looking at the game, scrolling.
And deciding you don't want to play
I
it?
dug a hole. I got killed by some stuff inside the hole, and I said, why were there stuff inside the hole? And then I quit. So that was my experience. We could absolutely try that. I just won't dig a hole this time. Maybe I'll build a hut.
It's really bad.
I don't find enjoyment in it.
We're telling these stories and we're cracking these jokes, and it's kind of lighthearted, whatever. But the thing is, in those Discord calls, if you guys could listen in, there's no jokes.
No.
It's
all reality.
It's anger, and we're yelling at each other, and we're rage quitting. And there's always a difference there, because there's anger like, Connor, what the fuck you do? But when you're actually angry, everyone could tell, and we're just pissing each other off because it will go out in Battlefield, and you'll die to a tank, and then someone will go, well, did you try the sniper? And you're like, you would just fucking explode.
Maybe I don't want to use the fucking sniper. As I've died 36
trying
times.
To kill the tank with the pea shooter.
Climbing a rock.
For 25 minutes straight.
Begging for fucking mercy as people just... Oh, I know I'm the problem, okay? I know and it comes down to this. I just lack the absolute fundamental enjoyment in video games itself. I don't know. At this point, I may as well be 85 years old, ready to die, because for some reason, I don't take enjoyment in anymore. And the angrier I get, you know what the craziest thing is? I was going through ecstasy when I rage quit that Fall Guys game.
What the fuck? Is that what caused you to puke up in your mouth a little bit? He was getting so angry and eating his crackers. He threw up in his mouth a little bit.
But like, the angrier I get it's because I'm so into it. Like, I'm like, oh, this is pissing me off. Now I got to do better. Now I got to lock in. With Minecraft, that only happens if I fall down a flight of stairs and lose all my shit.
How do you not find enjoyment? Like,
I don't know. I just don't like it. I mean, I could go plant a watermelon outside in real life. Probably has the same enjoyment I would have in a video game.
That's what I said when we were playing Battlefield. That game, Battlefield, was so bad. They had like the helicopters and the tanks killing me. And I said, I feel like if I went into real war, like if you gave me a gun and I got sent off into the battlefield, I feel like I could do better than I am in Battlefield 2042. Because of how awful I feel like I could get more kills in real life if you just sent me out there with zero training than trying to kill this guy 500 feet away. He has extra attachment on his gun with my stupid shitty gun.
What kind of well, here's the thing. What kind of military force would set themselves up for the situation that Battlefield has put us in? It was a bunker with a wide open door.
Our cardboard box opening.
And there's a guy in an attack helicopter just using all of their bullets on the doorway, and you couldn't get out, and it was just infinite bullets. That has to be a war crime.
God, see, and the thing is, you guys said like, oh, you're playing the worst Battlefield, but it's like, but that's the one we all have. Kane's computer takes a week to download any game above 10 gigabytes, and so, it's just, we just kind of like, I mean, we all have it. So but that being said, I have uninstalled Battlefield after last night.
All right. So that's not happening.
That's
tonight.
not on the docket.
Okay.
So in choosing a game,
I will.
You know what? I'm going to say it. I know it's weird that I'm going to be the one to pick this. Destiny 2. Because it always gets floats around. It always gets floated around. Reese and Tanner are really into it. I'm like not the biggest fan, but it's got PvP. It's an FPS, which I feel like we all like.
I don't hate the decision.
There's some PvE content, and it's like it's easy enough to jump into. Like you boot it up, and then you can go start doing something relatively quick.
I mean, I could tell my Destiny 2 story. It was my last time I played Destiny 2.
Okay.
And it was, I'll play Destiny 2.
Okay.
And I'm saying this very calmly.
Okay.
And trying not to have a meltdown. Because last time I played Destiny 2, I was playing with my brother, who was very into Destiny 2.
Very, very, very much.
And we were raiding, which is it's a big thing. You got to have like the right level. You got to really be geared up.
It was the Leviathan raid you guys were doing, the very first one.
I think it was a different one. It was the second raid. I don't know what the fuck.
Oh, okay.
Some other raid. And I've never done it before. And they needed one more person. So of course I was the lucky guy to be recruited into the ranks of this raid. So we all go in, and I show up, and we start doing the raid, and we're getting fucked up. And my brother checks my gear, and I am completely completely under-leveled, and I'm wearing a suit and slacks in Destiny 2.
Like zero power level, cosmetic purely.
I'm just wearing my Sunday best at this fucking raid, and my brother gets so goddamn mad at me, and I get so goddamn mad at him. We get in a fucking argument, and I'm wearing my stupid slacks and belt and tie and shit, and then I just quit the game. I said, you know what? Find somebody else. I'm not playing this fucking thing. I just wanted to wear my stupid little outfit and not do your dumbass fucking raid. And I never played Destiny 2 again until, I guess, as appointed until now.
Yep, that's going to be my choice for the next time. So,
Fucking
Kane, you're going to have to spend $600 and download 522 gigabytes worth of games
Gotcha.
to play.
Yeah, baby.
That's okay. That's actually one thing that you're just such a conundrum because you don't like you don't like resource management sim type stuff.
No.
But you fucking love making your character all fucking cute and pretty.
Yes.
Every game.
Yeah.
Because you said that about Destiny. And in Fall Guys, you're like, fucking Fall Guys of all things we're going to play right now.
Yep.
And you were raised quitting Fall Guys. But he was the only one he was like putting such care into
there was a lot of
crafting.
thought.
Because all the rest of us were like Pineapple Head, Squidward. But you made yourself look like Commander Chaos and like the color palette and
black and purple.
You went through a bunch of different hats to find like the best.
You saw me doing
because you're like so stupid, and I'm like, but you just love crafting your little character.
I love character creation. I downloaded Black Desert Online, made a character, uninstalled.
Wait, can I change my?
Oh no!
Can I change my?
No, let's do Destiny, please, God.
What's wrong with Black Desert? I like Black Desert.
I played Black Desert Online. I spent 17 days in like this bandit camp going on rotation to kill these bandits just to get this leveled up special item. I got it and I said, that's it?
Isn't that what we want?
Oh.
A perpetual grind?
Oh God.
Isn't that what we want?
Nah, fuck it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Nah, all right, whatever.
Black Desert.
Whatever.
I really like Black Desert. It's cool. It's immersive.
Fucking
shipping your
Christ.
potatoes between the cities. Remember
I spent 3 days training my horse how to run.
Yeah,
I would go down the path.
It's cool.
And I'd be bumping up and down my horse, and then I'd go down the path again. Eventually, my horse would get faster. And I said, yes, my horse is fast. Now I can just go to this kingdom that I wanted to go to.
Yeah.
When I would have spent the same amount of time if I walked.
The thing is, don't do that. Like, that'll come with time. You don't have to min-max and break the game experience.
I was grinding my horse.
Of course you're going to burn yourself out if you do stupid shit like that.
No, I think that's what you have to do. You have to grind the horse down the pathway, and your horse needs to learn how to fucking read and shit, and then eventually, Christ. I was in that. Also, my AC was broken. So this is what would happen. I'd go through the bandit camp, I'd kill all the bandits, and I'd have a starting point, and I'd go into the bathroom, and I'd baby bird bath myself in the sink. I wasn't wearing a shirt. I just baby bird myself with water, and I'd kill the bandits, and I'd go back in the bathroom and do the same thing.
What happened to you? That sounds like that's a gamer right there.
Oh, that impressed you.
You're playing. That
was an impressive story.
You're grinding Black Desert. Listeners might not like this recommendation I'm about to make, but are you down with gacha games?
No.
Why not?
Because here's the thing. It's like a gateway drug to ruining your life. Because No, none of them has really appealed to me, but eventually there might be one that I'm like all about, right? And then my life is over.
Isn't that what you want? Don't you want a game?
It's a scam.
No.
It's a fucking scam. It's a pyramid
You
scheme.
don't have to let it scam you.
But it's designed to scam you. If you don't let it scam you, are you even really playing it? I don't know. Because they're like, oh, you could just get with free-to-play points in 78 months.
Yeah.
And blah, blah, blah.
Here's what I say.
Okay. Oh, God.
You are free. You can live life unburdened,
Yes.
playing gacha games and spending money up to $60. Because that's how much a game costs.
Okay.
And gacha games are free.
Yes.
So if you can find a way to stretch that 60, sometimes it's like 7. In the case of Destiny, it's $500 worth of gacha rolls
For the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a beautiful thought process. It would never work. Because I would spend that 60 and I'm
You're
like,
not, the thing is, and this is Connor's problem, he's not very motivated by anime booba.
I'm not. No, I don't really care about that.
See, because I see some anime booba and I'm downloading it.
And you know what? I kind of wish I was like that. Because I see like the character designs. I'm like, oh, what a great design. Anyway, back to whatever the fuck else I was doing. It doesn't drive me. I don't know.
Like I said, I'm like a Korean MMO apologist. I like anime gacha girls and booba. And I'm like a graphics guy.
Yeah.
I am a graphics guy. And I know there's a big push against games needing to be like these visual stunning things. And people are like, well, they look so good, but there's no substance.
Yeah.
I'm an apologist for graphics because I love looking at my pretty things. And all the popular games look like dog shit.
Yeah.
Dark and Darker, really popular right now. People like Dark and Darker. My brother, super into Dark and Darker. And I boot up a stream. I click on it. I look at it. I'm like, what the fuck is this game? Is it like 1998?
Yeah.
Same thing with Final Fantasy 14.
Oh.
The most I love MMOs.
I agree so much with this.
I love MMOs so much. What's the biggest MMO? Final Fantasy 14. I boot it up, and it's like I'm playing on the PlayStation 0.5.
It's so fucking goddamn ugly looking. Why is it just the gray filter of smog?
All the popular games.
Yeah.
Counter-Strike.
Oh, God.
Like, all these games are so, like, old.
I'm a big fan of the Source engine, though, so I find it endearing.
See, you don't like anime booba, but you like 3 polygonal character named, like, Schlorp.
Yeah. And he's 58 years old, and he wears a jacket, and I think it's cool. I don't know. I can't explain my mind. There's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it goes.
You know, I was going to say give us more recommendations, but just don't bother.
We're hopeless.
You gave so many. You gave us a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
And we did, actually, we did not end up playing any of them. But Connor can confirm and Tanner, we were looking at the comments and we'd be like, what about this? This person said this.
Yeah.
It ultimately ended with the answer just being like, nah. But we did consider it.
We were talking about it, but it did end up with nah. Yeah.
Large problem was that it's just a bunch of games we've already played too. V Rising, Deep Rock Galactic.
Anything that's worth anything?
Maybe maybe gaming's not for us.
I'm beginning to think it isn't. But then what else do we do? Juggle? What do we
There's more in between.
What else do we do? I don't know.
Right, guys?
Guys, if you don't know, every week we ask Twitter with the hashtag JustAsk about, you guys can ask of qualms or concerns or just general anythings, and then we will answer it to the best of or worst of our ability. And Kane here picks out a few of them for us, and we're just going to go through it and see what we got this week. So, Kane, if you're ready, let's hit us with the Just Ask.
Okay, this is from Trixie. They ask, which of you is the biggest hit with mothers?
What? Mothers.
Yeah, who gets the cougars on them? I don't.
In what way?
Who's popular with
Well,
the?
apparently, well, I have. Hey, listen. Just ask my hairdresser.
Very popular.
Yeah, I'm doing great.
I mean, I think
I don't know the last time I talked to a mother besides my own. What, do you talk to mothers often? I mean, I guess the waitress at the fucking Buffalo Wild Wings may have been a mother. I don't know.
I think me.
I think I agree. I
don't know. I don't necessarily know why.
You're more well spoken.
Well, I think of we go out and it might be like a somewhat elderly cashier woman or something, and I feel like maybe I talk them up a little bit more than maybe Connor would.
Yeah, and I think also my style. I don't think a mother would like.
I think there's a threshold for mothers for you.
Yeah.
I think early mothers are scared of you.
Yes.
But there's like a point, not that I know anything about motherhood,
right.
but I surmise that there's a point of a mother's life cycle where suddenly, maybe in the beginning they're protective or they're scared of whatever you are sending out.
Right.
But I do think there's like a critical point where they pass, and I think mothers are like, oh yeah, that's interesting. He's got stuff going on. I'm all about that.
I think that's true. The much older ladies probably like, oh, I love your
yeah. Oh, yeah,
earrings.
that's fun.
But then, of course, like a new mother would be like, oh, this guy's got to rob me.
Mm-hmm.
And then
curse me or is scary or he smokes
cast
cigarettes
a spell
or something.
Yeah. I honestly, great analysis. I think that's absolutely true. But I think on the other end here, young mothers, I think, would like you, but also I think old mothers would like you too. I think we got
a square and a rectangle situation going on here.
Yeah. I think you're good. I think you're.
Well, let's let the viewers decide. If you're a mother,
or soon to be,
you can chime in on who you think the best in test. I don't know.
This one is from Faye. They ask, what are your weirdest fears that you maintain are perfectly reasonable and why? For example, mine is revolving doors. To this day, I have a scar from an accident with a revolving door when I was a toddler.
So a fear, well, not exactly, but the thing that jumps out to me is one is escalators. I'm really scared of.
Okay.
I'm convinced that they're not as safe as we all think they are.
That makes sense to me.
They're like, they just seem like they got the teeth, and it just feels like you can get caught in them really easily. And I don't know if this is how it works, but underneath it, surely it's just like a pit of crunching gears and like.
It does look like the James and the Giant Peach fucking shark.
The
with
shark
the fucking mouth of rending and tearing and destruction.
And there's like 100 people on it, like 5,000 pounds on this thing, and so I just I don't like them because I want to grab onto the rails in case it falls through and you guys all fall to your death. I can keep myself up like some kind of Olympic gymnast.
Oh yeah,
for the
incredible
for the 5 seconds before my arms give out. But I don't want to touch it because it's dirty. Because all the people touch the rails and it's all like grimy.
It is gross.
And so it's like I want to do it, and so I really think escalators are dangerous.
They're fucked up. I don't like those things, and I know what you mean. I don't think it's unreasonable by any means.
What about you? You scared of anything?
Do
you have any phobias?
I have one. It's like scares the shit out of me. It's you.
Do you have nightmares about me?
You scare the fucking daylight. No, you know what? You say nightmares. I'm scared of dreams, but not just nightmares. Like in general, dreaming. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me. I much prefer if I didn't have a dream.
Oh my God! What? How do you even unpack this?
Well, what is it? What's going on? I don't understand it, and I do it a lot. And I lucid dream. I can think in my dream. There's too many. Why is that funny? You don't think in your dream?
I don't know. Even in his dreams, he's like a pseudo-intellectual guy. He's reading his books. I'm too smart for my own dreams. I think in my dreams. I'm lucid dreaming.
Well, it's like it's not a smart thing. It's like, why am I thinking in my dream? I'd much prefer if I didn't.
You're supposed to think in your dream. I don't think that means you're lucid dreaming. I have thoughts in my dream.
Okay, but like, I plan my next move in a dream.
What?
Like, I'm like, okay, this thing's coming at me, right? This thing's coming at me.
You're just thinking. That's how.
Yeah, but
Like
I'm dreaming. I'm sleeping.
If I have a nightmare and like something's chasing me, I think I want to run away from this thing. You're just talking about how a normal.
But it's like, it's not just I think I want to run away. It's like I think I want to run away, but maybe it's gonna do this. Like it's in-depth thought.
That's what thinking is.
But it's not just basic shit.
Dreams are not in a dream. You're not just this kind of like.
You know what? I think your escalator thing fucking sucks. I don't understand it. It's the fear of the unknown because someone could be like, "Oh, it's your fucking brainwaves happening when you go unconscious." Blah. Whatever. It doesn't make sense to me, and that scares me because I don't. What is it? What's dreaming? Is it not weird to you?
Isn't your brain processing like emotions or what stress throughout the day or something?
I mean, yeah.
Are your dreams stressful usually, or?
I'm always pulling out teeth.
Yeah, my teeth fall out in my dreams.
All the time. Or I'm festering in a wound and it gets deeper and more mutilated and shit. But like that's just like a nightmare or a stress dream. But like even a good dream, I hate. Sometimes I hate them more. Because I wake up and I'm like, that was so much better than this. You don't have a good dream where you're like, man, that was awesome. You woke up and you felt great.
Yeah, something ain't right.
But not great. It was you woke up and you wish you were back in the dream.
See, yeah, I don't know what's going on with Connor, guys, but because for me, whether it's the greatest day of my life, beautiful dream, idyllic halls of Valhalla, or the scariest, most nightmarish thing where I wake up in a sweat, like 2 minutes after, I'm just like,
you forgot about it.
I just have completely forgotten and gone about. Like I don't linger on my dreams really. Except for this one.
Okay.
That haunts me. I told you about this. There's a snake coming after me, and this other snake, I was so scared of the snake, and this other snake came and bit it, and it wrapped around the other snake, and then it killed the other snake, and then it died, and it unfurled itself, and it turned into my cat Pickles. I think about that dream a lot.
It does sound scary.
It wasn't like a nightmare.
It's confusing.
But it was like kind of like this kind of feeling where I was kind of...
That's worse, though. Like that.
And it was kind of ominous.
That hollowed out anxiety.
I think about that dream a lot.
I remember dreams like cinema. Like, they almost function as memories in some ways for some of my dreams. Like, I would think
they are memories.
But, like...
But you feel like you experienced
it? Happened. Like, I know it's a memory because I remember the dream, but it's like... It's a memory ingrained of like in my life that's like, oh, remember when I went here? Wait, I didn't go there. I didn't go to this. There are places I've been to that I've never been, like I would go to that I've never been to before, and I would look at it, I'm like, that was in my fucking dream. I have weird shit like that, and I hate it. I hate that I have like this weird sixth sense shit going on.
I don't think I've been dreaming recently.
That's great. I wish I didn't fucking dream.
I think that means you're not getting deep sleep.
Really?
In lieu of our League of Legends arc, probably.
I gotta have the worst dreams tonight. They're gotta fuck.
Are you
with
someone
me.
who gets like your dreams will be you'll have a nightmare about something that happened recently or something like
Sometimes
that?
I have dreams about things that are yet to come. I'm not even kidding. You think I'm being ambiguous?
No, I don't know. I'm just trying to unpack what you're saying to me.
Like,
we do have a little bit of ESP. We willed Davy Jones into the Fortnite cash shop. I kid you not.
We just talked about it.
We just fucking talked about it. We were talking about what games we want to play. We were talking about Fortnite. And then you said, man, I really wish Davy Jones was in the cash shop. And I go, yeah, he was cool as hell. I'd love Davy Jones in the cash shop.
Boom.
Boom.
Follow your dreams, kids.
That's what all that psychic brewing has amounted to.
We gotta have to wait 3 years for that to recharge. I mean, fucking Christ. I don't know. I didn't mean to get into the dream talk.
That's our fears, I guess. I'm scared of escalators, and Connor's afraid of his dreams. So
I sound like a tortured artist.
all right, let's do one more.
One more? Yeah.
Troll Inspirational Quotes asks, hey guys, dream blunt rotation?
Oh. Is like fictitious characters allowed?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Oh, fuck.
Not Connor. I don't know what my rotation is, but Connor's not included in that.
I'd ruin it.
He's not allowed to partake in any sort of
We've already been
altering
through
substance.
that. Yeah.
Because what he does is he's the very like a movie cartoon character. He starts freaking out. He's the guy who's like, oh, my skin, it's too so whatever, and
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Yeah, I can't breathe.
Why am I coughing?
He spirals himself into a tizzy.
Yeah, I wouldn't want me either. It's a good choice. Anyone else?
I don't partake in recreational drugs. We're pretty besides like alcohol.
What do I switch it to dream drinking rotation? Drinking buddies?
Dude, whoever wants to join in.
Okay.
That's mine right
Yeah.
there. No, honestly, right now, as of this moment, who would I want? Bryn, Tim, and Tanner.
The
same boys we were just hanging out with. Because I'm my life. I think our lives are relatively. What's the word? Like
mundane.
No, the
Pathetic?
opposite.
Oh.
No. We're like content creators and we're streamers and we have a podcast that has 3 viewers. We have a particularly exceptional life. I'm pretty
so,
happy.
I'm happy too.
We get to kind of wake up whenever we want. We get to, hang out and do cool stuff and have little projects and go to conventions and stuff. Like pretty cool life, I would say.
Yeah.
But the danger is you become jaded to it.
Right?
Because now what I crave is not like, I've been there, done that.
Normalcy.
I like just being in a Discord call with the boys, eating pizza rolls and having a drink. Like that's what excites me now. Which I don't know. That's sad thing to say, but
his answer was such a thought-provoking and honestly,
you're like Godzilla and Abraham Lincoln.
You're like you had this thought-provoking, very beautiful response, and I'm about to pop a capillary in my head, trying not to say Rick Sanchez. I was like
Rick Sanchez and Ben Shapiro.
No third person. Forget it.
Just right there is enough.
Oh God. Great question. Thank you.
I think that's it for episode 5.
Yeah. What's that in Spanish? Cinco? Just came to mind. I don't know.
Cinco.
Is
yes.
Cinco 5?
See.
All right. See, intellectual arc. What I tell you.
All right, guys. Well, I think that brings us to the end of the episode. If you didn't know, at the end of every episode of The Best in Jest, we find out who is the best
in jest.
In jest. One of us is crowned the winner based on whatever happened during the episode. And every week, the loser gets pied.
Yep.
And we have our producer, Kane, here pick out the best in jest of the week. And so we hand it off to Kane. Kane, tell us who it is.
I was really liking Jorb.
Oh.
Jorb's Bizarre Adventure.
That's pretty good.
I think that's going to happen. Not Jorb, like it's not going to be called Jorb's Bizarre.
Oh, but you think down the line.
But I think
a space thing.
Yeah, like part, 15 cars might return. And so I thought that was pretty cool.
It's good.
And so the best in jest is Professor Lando.
Well done. Well done. Ken, you could just say it's because I insulted Monster Hunter. It's okay. It's really okay.
No.
I mean, it's totally fine.
When it's my week, I'll pick it and then we'll play it.
Okay.
And then you'll love it.
Yeah, we'll see.
But wait, what weapon do you main? Like,
Well,
I told you he plays longsword and he's just using like heavy slash over and over.
I did longsword, but my favorite was dual blades, but I didn't feel like I was doing anything. I was hitting them like threes, and then it was just...
because he's using the like Jagras dual blades.
Yeah, well, we were fighting things too hard.
You gotta craft.
I was crafting. You just fucking throw the pie in my face. Christ. Jesus.
All right, I will now pie Connor. It's risky business. I'm positioning myself to throw it at him like a shot putter. I don't know if it has the heft.
Downward slope. Ow!
I'm trying that again.
You want to try again? You're welcome to try again. Welcome to try again. Go ahead. Go ahead. This is brutal.
I gotta compose myself. It does. I don't think it translates to camera, but I threw that bitch so hard.
There's gotta be a red mark.
I'm trying to hit his
My
face.
shirt. Go ahead. Oh. Everybody, thanks so much for watching the Best in Jest.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so much. That was great. See you next week.
Bye bye.